Do you feel stuck in your current circumstances? You're going through something, whatever it is right now, and you feel stuck and you can't look at it differently. And you're stuck in victimhood mode. Okay, this video is going to help you. Stick around. Welcome to Patty's World. I am Patty. I'm a transformational coach, and really I help you shift and look at things differently so that you step into the highest version of you and align with all the desires of your heart and that you live your dream life because you're absolutely worthy. And you have to believe in your worth first and foremost to attract experiences at that level. Okay, so what happens? You're going through something because life is life, right? Like most people, something's happening, a divorce, work, your boss, family, even health. And you're in this mindset of why me? Why is this happening? This is terrible. This sucks. And your self dialogue and your self talk reflects some sort of version of that. And you can't look at it differently because you feel so stuck in the mud, like in quicksand. And it's just a cycle and a hamster wheel of why? Why is this happening? Okay, we've all gone through that. I have to. In fact, this is really what got me into this work, law of attraction, but really law of assumption. I want you to understand that we only ever have the powerful now. And so, whatever we're going through, we're creating in our mind. We're either looking back and bringing it into our present and creating a state of fear or anxiety about the past, or worrying about the future, the what ifs and what ifs. And most people tend to default to worst case scenarios. So you're just in a practice by default of thinking worst case scenarios of what if. You haven't actually gone through something, or maybe you have. You're either reliving it from the past or worried about the future. And again, it's creating a present state of fear and anxiety, and you can't get out of it. How do you shift that narrative? Here you go. The big, first and foremost thing is to interrupt the pattern. Let's interrupt the pattern of thinking. And that's where the techniques come in, the meditating, because you stop thought. The affirmations, the mirror work, the subliminals, the sleep tracks, they're all working to reprogram your subconscious mind and change the pattern, change your inner core beliefs of what you believe about yourself and the world outside of you and what you assume about yourself, because really that's what you're creating in your life. That's what you're manifesting. Whatever you believe and assume about yourself that has been programmed into you by childhood, by the time you're 8 years old, that's what you're playing out, and you keep on playing it out over and over and over. Okay, so here's a huge shift. Make that decision right now, an energetic decision, and believe and tell yourself that whatever is showing up in your life showed up for a reason. It is there to serve you, even if at the initial level, the superficial level, at first glance, it seems like a horrible thing. And remember, I just want to remind you that things are meaningless. You're the one who attaches meaning to things. You're the one who attaches a negative story. There is a way that you can attach a positive story and flip it and start flipping beliefs. And lately I've been playing with that. If you make it a game, you can flip beliefs. But I want you to first believe and understand and open yourself up to this belief that everything and anything that shows up in your life is there to serve you and to help you. Even if it's for the reason that you don't want to have to go through it again. Even if it's for the reason that, okay, I went through this, it was painful, it was horrible, and I don't want to ever go through this again. What can I learn from this? How can I look at this differently so that I step into an empowered version of myself, so that I'm not in victim mode? Does that mean setting boundaries? Does that mean removing myself? Does that mean putting myself first? Does that mean not idolizing people? Does that mean taking action, not taking action, learning how to stay calm? Whatever it is, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Why did this show up in my life? What am I believing about this? And what limiting beliefs do I have attached to this situation? That I'm not worthy, that I'm not loved, that I'm not chosen, that I'm not good enough, that I never get what I want, that life never works out for me, which are all limiting beliefs. They're just patterns of thinking. They're limiting beliefs. And here's the powerful thing, that you can shift and flip these beliefs. You can choose to believe differently and say, not in my reality. Here, right now, I'm making a decision that I'm never going to align with this again. I don't like this, not in my reality, and I'm going to believe differently. I'm going to step into a new version of myself who does not accept this in the reality and says that I am worthy. I am more than good enough. I am valuable. I love myself. I approve of myself. I always get what I want. and you choose yourself and you stop pedestalizing people and idolizing people and waiting for someone or something outside of you to approve of you. And instead of the SP left me or the husband or the boyfriend or the woman or whoever is not giving you the attention or validation, you don't need them to. You give it to yourself because you know your worth and value. And you don't need anyone outside of you to approve of you or tell you that you're okay. And it's okay for you to exist and to think the way you do. In this life, I want you to write this down, memorize this, tattoo it on your forehead. In this life, you are the utmost authority on you. You know what is right for you, what is good for you, what is true for you. Stop letting other people decide your truth and your reality and to tell you who you are. You get to decide who you are. And when you do that, you take your power back and you say, okay, I'm choosing right now to be someone different. I'm not the victim. I'm going to look at this differently and flip all these limiting negative beliefs that I've attached to the situation. And if someone has left me, let's flip this. Maybe I'm leaving them. Maybe I don't want them. What if I don't want them? What if I know I'm too good for them? And I'm glad they left because this is a rebirth, a new step in life, a new chapter in my life where I get to rebuild myself and create the most ideal life and become the love of my own life and choose myself and put myself on the pedestal and fall in love with my own life and heal and release and do some inner child work and then figure out who I am, really get to know myself, what I want, what I don't want, likes, dislikes, what I will no longer tolerate in my life, what I will no longer accept in any relationship, not in love, not in friendship, not in family, not in work, that I will raise my standards and hold myself to that standard because I am worthy of it, because I love myself, because I am the love of my own life and I have purpose and value and I know my worth and value. And I am not waiting for someone else or something outside of me to tell me that I have worth or that I have value. I give it to myself. I fill that void within myself and I heal and I release and I operate from the identity of being whole and complete and I find joy within myself. And this is an everyday thing. This is a lifestyle change. This is, I will no longer operate from victimhood and I will take 100% responsibility and accountability for everything that shows up in my life. It showed up for a reason. The mirror is reflecting something back at me about myself that I'm believing because I aligned with this, I resonated with this. And so now I choose to elevate myself at every level and release this from my life. And when we accept it, that this showed up, it happened, it is what it is. And what can I change about myself? What can I shift? How can I look at this differently? Then it'll fizzle out of your life and leave you, and it won't bother you again. That's how powerful you are when you choose to take 100% accountability for everything that shows up in your life, not as a fault. This isn't about fault. And if you're thinking about fault, then somewhere in your childhood, someone taught you that there's always something fault, that's someone's fault, and we need to blame, which is again victimhood. No one and nothing is at fault. Things happened, and it's showing you something about yourself, a limiting belief, a pattern that you have, and you can shift and change at any time. You are not stuck. Circumstances don't matter. You can shift any circumstance by creating and shifting yourself from within and saying, I am choosing to be different. Never again. Never again. And it could be as easy as I'm making an energetic decision. And I've done that. I've been like, never again. And then I sit with myself and I ask myself, okay, how would the version of me think and feel and believe if I no longer tolerated this, if I knew my worth and value and I just released this from my life? And then I step into that version and it never shows up again. And sometimes you need some work, some inner work and subconscious mind reprogramming to reprogram those beliefs because you're so stuck in the mud with a belief or a situation. And it just takes work doing it over every day, but you're always shifting, you're always changing, you're always elevating, you're always stepping into a new version of you. So wherever you are right now, understand that it's there to serve you. It's there to support you. Life is always supporting you. And here's an extra belief. Here's how you can take it a step further. I want you to believe that whatever shows up in life is a reflection of you and life is always supporting you. Life always says yes. You get to choose. So here is the new belief that you choose and operate from, that everything is always working out in your favor. Life is always supporting you and you always get what you want. You don't know how, but some way, somehow, you always get what you want and it always works in your favor. So, this, the in between part where you are right now, is shifting and aligning to support you and to benefit you because everything always works out in your favor. And so, there's nothing to worry about, right? Okay. There you go. I hope this helps you. I hope this helps you shift. You're so powerful. Believe in your power and your worth and value. You can shift and change anything at any time. That being said, I have a master class at the end of this month, July 25th, 26th. It'll be on Zoom. If you can't be there live, you will get the recorded version. It will be deeply powerful. I will cover self-concept and really the steps to align you with all the desires of your heart because you're absolutely worthy. All right. Thank you for joining me, and we'll see you on the next one.